Morning everyone, happy Monday. Jackie here from TBA Law. Facebook is doing something weird and it's mirroring me, so I'm backwards on the screen, so just disregard that. So today, join Jackie on Mondays at 10. I wanted to talk about doing a will for someone who isn't legally capable of doing a will, I guess. So the topic advertised was doing a will for a minor, so a child under 18 cannot make their own will, but nor can someone who doesn't have testamentary capacity. So someone who is disabled or someone who has lost capacity because they have had some kind of brain injury or developed dementia to a point that they have lost capacity. Dementia doesn't automatically mean someone doesn't have testamentary capacity. As many people know, dementia is a progressive disease, and it's really it's for a doctor and for a solicitor taking instructions to work out whether there's sufficient understanding of what they're doing as to whether there's testamentary capacity or not. But that is a whole separate topic. So when might you need to have a will done for someone who is a minor, so under 18, or a disabled person? So there might be that person has some significant assets or income, particularly for a disabled person. So a lot of people who've lived with a disability throughout their life will be getting a disability support pension and will now probably be on NDIS, and quite a few of them may be doing some supported work as well. Most of the time they have an administration order over them, which means that they can't look after their own affairs, which also means they can't do a will for themselves. So how do you get a will done? Because they've got some super, they've got some savings. You need to assess firstly whether the laws of intestacy are sufficient. So if a disabled person has no spouse and no children, it will go to their parents equally if their parents are still alive, or to their brothers and sisters equally if their parents aren't alive. So if that's not acceptable for a multitude of different reasons and family dynamics, then how do you get a will done for someone in that situation? Well, you need to apply to the court. The court can actually write a will for someone who doesn't have testamentary capacity, so long as there is sufficient evidence that what someone is applying for in terms of a will for this person would be what that person would make if they did have capacity. Same thing if you were thinking about a child under 18. So there might be limited reasons why you might do it. The first is that children often start working at 15. They may have some superannuation. They may have a life insurance policy. If something happens to them, no spouse, no children of their own, it goes equally to their parents. If their parents have been separated and one parent is estranged, then potentially that's not what that child would want. Or the other scenario is some of these child prodigies who make substantial winnings and income during their childhood, child stars, child athletes, royalties, commissions on advertising deals, all sorts of things. So having a will for someone like that might be worthwhile as well if it wasn't set up in some other type of structure. So there you go. It's not the end of the world for someone who can't do a will for themselves. There is a way where you can apply to the court to have the court write a will for that person. It is a more expensive process than doing a will, obviously, but if the laws of intestacy are just completely unsatisfactory, then it's probably worth it, right? If there's hundreds of thousands of dollars that are at stake, you're going to want to have the court write a will for that person. So it depends then on the evidence that you're able to put forward as to the relationships in that person's life, and particularly as an example with a disabled person, you know, if one of their siblings is completely estranged and one of their parents, the people who are in their life can apply to the court, and the court can rationally make the decision that, well, yeah, potentially if that disabled person wasn't disabled, the people in their life would be the ones that they'd want to look after. So that's the sort of assessment that can happen. So there you go. Fairly complex, but there are a lot of adult disabled people in that situation. Minors, not so much. But anyway, join Jackie on Mondays at 10. So I go live in Facebook then. If there's a topic that you want me to cover, let me know. You can direct message us through Facebook, or all our emails are available. Our direct email addresses are on our website. All these videos also get saved onto the page. So if this video or any of the other videos are relevant for anyone you know, tag their name in the comments on the video, or you can even share it with them via Messenger if it's private. Otherwise, I hope you have a really great week. Certainly feeling like autumn well and truly now. So we're headed into the cold season. Take care, and I'll see you next Monday.